Today is the 30th day of we are doing this. Congratulations to us. Congratulations to me. Congratulations to you who I don't know what you're doing, but if you're seeing me every day, thank you so much for being here. And essentially I'm just saying like we still have 11 months to go and and I don't know how it's going to be, but I know that will be a ride because the first month is all just me staying like get time, like sparing time to actually work on it, just like stay here and do not run away and just like show up. And that is essentially the first month that I am struggling with, challenge myself to do, actually just be here. And we missed 3 days actually, which is not good but not terrible. I mean, like, we get it done, and that's all that is matter. And I want to spare some time to just like say that we are celebrating that. And I want to ask you, like, how is your relationship with celebration, with having fun, with doing things the way we can enjoy it like this, we can enjoy it like that, but and it's always like part of the routine to essentially focus on what's fun and what is alive and what is good. And sometimes I don't have that, or should I say I didn't have that, because my life has been all about working myself to the bone that sometimes I never get to enjoy things. And when I grow up, I learned that I don't have that flow to enjoy stuff. So I work on enjoying how my everyday life can be. And that is a different way from let's get things going, let's get things done, and that's really different. So I don't know. I don't know about you, but having things to challenge yourself in the way that you never been done before, like having fun, is such a task. Like thinking about it, the habit of myself, my habit is that I used to just straight to the point, be direct, be like know what you want and all that stuff. And that's good on the masculine side. But when we're talking about feminine side, when we want to enjoy what life is all about, that flow doesn't work really well. So when you're trying to work on feeling present, feeling in your now, feeling that you are having fun, is that you are flowing with it. You don't try to judge it, you don't try to make it efficient. You don't you don't try to get things done. You just like in the moment feeling it and see what's going to happen. So it's a different flow than actually just get things done. And that's hard for people who have always been on their masculine. Being in that state can feel like a procrastination. And that's not the thing that you want to do, because you have always been the person who work. You're never been someone who just like lay back and just like enjoy the moment, having fun and all that stuff. So just not doing anything is a terrible work of yours because you always been the person who try to outdo everyone else. A celebration is just like you being in the full gratitude of what has you done so far, and you essentially seeing all these milestones and achievement and challenges to be like, this is the journey, this is what we got, and we are here on our 30th day, and I dare say that I come to a conclusion of what this all about. Don't don't play with my cable. So I've been thinking like maybe we can like start to, what do you call it, plan it more instead of getting things like what is in the now, what can I say in here, and maybe like we can plan it and start to think through about what we want to say in life. And but that in its own is actually bypassing the meaning of why I'm doing this in the first place, because I'm not here to actually train that muscle yet. I'm just here to see what's alive and see if I want to put it into structure, if I find something, the wording itself that is more aligned to what I want to say. But yeah, I decided not to plan it for the second month. And but I will speak it in such a structured way that it's more process based rather than being in this, okay, what's alive, what we're thinking, where is this going. But the good thing is that yesterday live was actually just talking about what's alive within me, and then I start to paint the next picture, which is like talking about the end of the world. And I get to see, oh, actually I talk about the first topic because I want to actually relay this nuance of the second one. So that's an interesting finding. I never thought that I would be like in that space to be like on the go, being so in tune with my intuition and essentially have things line up for me without me planning it in the first place. So that's fun. But writing such a unplanned situation is something that I'm still struggling with. But I come to conclusion that, like, you can just have fun. You don't need to rush to it. This is not such a project that you will be punished. There's no punishment in anything actually, but there sometimes like I punish myself, just like today, because I thought of myself like, okay, I want to wake up at like 5, just like how I used to. And because sometimes when I'm still in school, I always the first person to wake up because I just never been, what do you call it, such a late um person. Like I wake up late and all that stuff. I'm not that person. And I grew up into the person who know how to actually wake up early, but then somehow I don't actually sleep well. Well, partially because I don't have any body fat and I don't store any, I don't know what to call it, just that body fat in itself is actually helping you to sleep. So if you are overweight or underweight, that can also be the problem of why you cannot sleep. And that's where I'm at. I'm actually underweight. I don't know how much weight I am, but I can see that I'm pretty bony in some area of my body, and I'm like, we can actually gain some weight to just close these bones right here. But we haven't come into that space where we want actually to work on gaining some weight. So yeah, maybe in the near future. But that is part of the why I don't wake early anymore, is that I tend to sleep really late, and then I just sleep like around 2 to 3 hours before my usual time to wake up. So today I fall asleep at 3 a.m. and then I wake up at 6, but then I'm like still heavy, still feeling like I want to sleep. So I stay on my bed until like, what do you call it, 8. And I'm like doing my morning routine, which is like feeding my cat and feeding myself and getting ready. And then we are left with this sleepy head that we are not having enough sleep, and then we don't do anything until it's late at night like this. I feel like we can do it, we can force ourselves, but then I don't want to. And that's also like the problem. Procrastination is such a headache when you keep making such a uh, worst choice that you can ever make. And not eating for the whole day, not sleeping well for the last couple of weeks is actually weighting down my body, and I just can't do what I have planned, which is like today I want to actually work on this, but I get nothing done, and it sucks. And I get into this narrative about me. I need to push harder. I need to push harder. I need to do more. I need to actually make up for this and all that stuff. And I become hard on myself, which is like what I usually do. I become hard on myself because I know that I can do better, but also like I don't really change my routine, which is like, and how are you going to actually change with that? So pushing yourself in that situation is such a contradictory behavior, because you don't really necessarily change anything. You just what you usually were are. I don't know the verb. What you usually what you have been. So that doesn't make sense to actually change. So I become hard on myself. I start to resent, regret, feeling guilty, and just like feeling more heavy. And then I stopped thinking like wanting to do anything until now. What time is it? It's 10 p.m. And I get to record this at 10 p.m. because of how I have been doing today. And even though like celebration, even though like it's such a happy day for actually doing this for a month, but I still have that going on. So what we're gonna do is actually start embracing our old routine and start from there. But we need to wake up early and then just keep ourselves together and then start putting things out. But yeah, that's what I am been doing today. And what helps me to release those emotional tension is actually about, because I my thing is that I am really attuned to my own emotion. So I understand the progression of how my emotion becomes so eroded from the masculine wanting to go feminine, and then in between we are being so harsh on ourselves, and therefore being hard on ourselves is actually what I master in this life. Is it because I just knew that I can do better. I never done it in the way that I wanted to. So the hardship come, And I get into this space where every negative sentences I can give to myself is I've said it today. But I understand that I feeling that way. So the feeling exists. The progression of my feelings exists now. I understand the progression itself. So I'm like, oh, it start to feel painful in my body. It start to not really beneficial for our action, and therefore we are clashing with whatever we are having right now. So because I understand the feeling, the embodiment, how it feels in my body when things start to erode, I start to, okay, stop right there. Do not continue from here. Stop it. Release the tension. Breathe in, breathe out. Drink water. Sleep. Whatever is, don't think about it. Just like flow with whatever is here. Nothing is going to work out just because you focus on things that is not good for you, essentially. Like feeling so focused, so deep and focused on the negative feelings don't get you anywhere. It doesn't get you anywhere. So, what we can do is actually just feel it, release it, start painting a new picture, and then when you start to get the idea, you can start to move. Now, if you are so in tune with this method, with this idea of slowing down, with falling into feminine energetic, you can actually do it in less time. If you try it for the first time, and maybe like a freaking 3 to 5 hours will take you to get there. But then if you know how it go in your body, how it feels in your body, the moment you understand it, the moment you like aware of what is happening in yourself, in that seconds too, you can to change it altogether. And then it's that instant. So I've been practicing, but everything else that I've been choosing has been this heaviness for my body. So it takes a toll, and I'm like, okay, take it easy for today. It's a celebration day. It's not meant to be such a resting day. So I keep myself gentle, and we flow with that. And you know what? The good thing is, tomorrow is a new day. You get to start again, and you get to try again. And about failure, it's today it's not a failure. I know that. Sometimes we are over experience the failure in such a experience, and in such a moment, so that we never get to know what our achievement has been. We achieve this, we achieve that, we get this and that. That is, maybe it's not the finish line, maybe it's not the conceptual idea of what you actually want to get, but you get something, like the gist of it, the small details of it. Maybe you stay there for a little bit longer until you crash again, and then you get up, and then you heal yourself, you help yourself, and then you do it all over again until you found that middle liner, the energetic itself, the flow of what you're actually looking for, which is like what we're gonna do in the second month. And I hope I can wake up early tomorrow and just like start doing the routine early, and then start working early too. So that is about what I do today, what I'm going to do for tomorrow and the second month of this live stream. So I hope you guys well, And if you're not, I hope you are healing well. And I'll see you tomorrow.